Hello to everybody watching, listening, and once more welcome back to Mechabellum. Starting with a unit combo that is good. I'm not too fond of area specialist, but can't be helped. Playing against Mr. Sparty here. And yeah, he has been experimenting with some strategies on the ladder, as he was talking about. Right now he's starting with steel balls and fangs, and he is quick supply specialist. So if I take a look at this combo, I'm definitely thinking it's aggro. Of course, the sledgehammers go in a vertical position, and my opponent is definitely going for some more aggressive play, but I did not expect what happens next. Range in round 1 on the Fangs, using all the money of the supply specialist and with one of the steel balls being sold. And I guess he dropped additional units of Fangs. I'm looking at this and thinking, what? Because there's a lot of stuff that I expect to happen in some games, but this is not among them. The steel balls are exposed to the marksman, but honestly, after the steel balls have been destroyed, the marksman will not serve any additional purpose, really. However, the crawlers are moving in regardless of the added range, and the sledges are going to take a bunch of fangs out. That said, there still is quite an amount of fangs left that outrange a lot of my units. The marksman is having the worst day, but it did do top damage up to this point. That marksman also is going to have a pretty bad day, and the sledges, they are not good without upgrades approaching other units. But they may do so under tower debuff. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to get that tower debuff fairly quickly, and under that tower debuff they can advance a lot better against these fangs. I guess there isn't much left of the fangs anyway. The marksmen have been doing some damage to them. One of the fang packs here gets to level, and I am officially... Like, I don't think I've played against this kind of fang aggro ever. So I'm super unsure what to do here, really. My opponent is using his shield in the flank and puts an additional pack of fangs here. I go for a Wraith because in theory, Wraiths smash these fangs. But I'm so unsure if that is the right move. And spoiler alert. The damage of 3 levels of Fangs is way more than enough to destroy an unupgraded Wraith with level 1. When the Fangs also have range, and like range is crazy on Wraiths. The percent enhancement is just nuts. He also drops an Arc Light here. That said, I kind of didn't expect there to be another pack of Fangs, so I think that against less levels of Fangs that would have turned out better. I guess it doesn't even turn out that badly. But at the same time, that wave goes down very quickly. And these Fangs did get a good amount of XP from that. Flank here does move in, but the shield is kinda in the way. That said, they will just push through because there isn't any units going back, and that means that my shield is probably going to get wasted. Well, then again, I am taking the towers, both of them. That means the opponent is doing no damage whatsoever for 18 seconds. Well, I guess 10% of damage. The highest, the biggest unit that the marksman could have targeted does get targeted. I thought the shield went down during this round. I must have remembered a different game of it. No. That said, this shield also didn't sustain any damage, and both of these shields come back around. Intensive training comes out, my opponent picks it. He does level the second pack of Fangs. And once again, I'm not really sure how to fight this. This Wraith has been doing a good amount of damage, actually. So I'm not unfond of it. I could give it range, but do I want to do that? Now there is Mech Rage Fangs with also range enhancement. I'm deciding to put a Rhino here because while it's not the best, it has a lot of HP that I can get out on the board rather quickly. So why not? Intensive training. I think I don't use it this round, but I'm not sure anymore. Oh yeah, I put a pack of crawlers in this flank so that I can get a tower debuff. Well, I'm talking like my opponent has been getting a lot of tower debuffs. He has not been getting a lot of tower debuffs. In the last round I was getting 2, so yeah. I would also drop another Rhino and keep this in reserve for the next round, because he may try the same on the other flank. Now, this Wraith has officially been not worth it in this round. Took out one pack of Fangs, then got taken out and fed some more XP to these Fangs. Shield actually is getting destroyed rather quickly. The flank has been dealt with by the Crawlers and the Rhino. And without the additional damage, or rather with the damage degradation, these Fangs will take out the shield. They have high enough DPS for that, but they will not win the round. Just look at what they're doing to an approaching Rhino. This is scary. Leveled Fangs are getting scary. In the end, these Fangs just explode my tanks and explode the marksmen after they have already exploded the Rhino and the Crawlers and take the round nonetheless. Aye. So which of these units is actually good? This thing is getting outranged by the Fangs, and it's not that quickly, so I don't think it's particularly good. Wasps kind of suck against Fangs, at least in large numbers. Sabertooth, not good shaft here. Scorpion, the same. So none of this is really good for me. My opponent is going for the Typhoon. I'm not exactly sure why, but I guess it's a lot of HP in the field. I think I would have personally preferred Scorpions more. Maybe it was about getting a somewhat tanky unit in front of his Fangs. I do now sell the Wraith. That was a bust. And that is kind of a scary thing because I need to experiment a bit. For the moment I decide to drop the Scorpions because I want to break this shield. My opponent does add on another shield here, and I think that is a paid for shield. I now add some Mustangs. With range, they shouldn't be doing too badly, I'm hoping. I guess I'm now playing somewhat Scorpion Mustang-ish. Not enough to call it proper Scorpion Mustang, but every little bit helps. Now I'm curious to see. Upgrades are attack and defense for my opponent and just defense for me into these Crawlers, but the Crawlers will no. Actually, the attack enhancement probably would lead to them two-shotting these Fangs. Just look at how easily the Fangs now wipe the floor with the Crawlers. I don't think the attack enhancement would have done much. This flank got deleted, but my opponent's Typhoon has actually managed with the Fangs to destroy my tower. I didn't expect that to happen. Scorpion doing pretty nicely into the leveled units. Doing pretty nicely into the Typhoon as well. I am about to get a tower debuff, but I'm not getting much value out of it, I guess. Well, then again, this is an engagement. Anyhow, this is kind of doomed, because there's Rhino from both sides, and a Typhoon squished in the middle. That's a weird effect with the projectiles flying out to the side here. I do manage to take the round, but undeniably, these Fangs are leveling. And now there's laser sights for my opponent. He puts it on these Fangs, and they are now at 150 range and level 4. They are doing 250 damage per shot, which means they are almost at the point where they can one-shot Crawlers at level 1. I do level this Rhino, simply to keep these Fangs at bay a little longer. I do sell... no, I don't sell the Scorpions. I put the laser sights on the Mustang here, which is key to outrange these Fangs. He now goes for Ignite. So if they weren't doing enough damage already, they are now doing that. Now these can actually one-shot Crawlers. Kinda crazy that you need 6 levels of Fangs to do that. I am putting Subterranean Blitz on, in an effort to keep my Crawlers alive more and increase the health they have towards my opponent's Fangs. I also dropped some more Crawlers. Not like I had that much money here. This Rhino kinda has been doing its job. But its job is about to end, because Ignite on the Fangs is going to be an issue. Let's just put it at that.